Alrighty, I'm about ready to call it good at that. Let me just take another sip of coffee here. Ugh, that tastes so bad after brushing your teeth. Ugh. But I need the caffeine because my brain is zapped. Okay, so good morning, evening, middle of the day, or whatever time it is for you tuning in right now. This is Mecha Mondays. I am your intrepid, stompy robot pilot, Fragath. And today we are doing yet more Mechwarrior 5, hopefully this time with less Mech Bay sitting around being a dork than previous. Look at my shiny king crab. You're so shiny. I want to sit on it. Yeah! I had no idea I could get up here. Oh, the game doesn't like it. I'm bouncing. The game doesn't like it. I'm out of bounds. It doesn't like it at all. I don't know why it has a spoiler, but I approve. Oh no. Oh no, don't fall off the king crab. So excited. So excited. I'm on my king crab. I'm bouncing around. I'm bouncing around. What's the worst that can happen if I fall off the back? I probably have to reload the game. That's what's the worst that can happen. Let's do it. Whee! Splat! Fall damage is for sissies. So I didn't know you could do that. That's fun. We learn something new every day here on Mechwarrior Mondays. Well, Mecha Mondays. It's been Mechwarrior Mondays for the past several weeks, but I'm probably going to wind up taking a break from Mechwarrior for my next stream. I haven't decided yet what I will do as an intermediary. Maybe I'll go and do that AUG Zeta era campaign in Gundam Battle Universe, because that's fun and pretty quick and dirty. That's an easy 2 hour stream. Well, 2.5, 3 hour stream, but because it's a fairly meaty chunk, but hadn't gone through it before, and most of the mechs that are there are ones that I'll have used already and improved, so it'll actually go pretty quickly. I won't have to worry about much other than actually unlocking things, which you kind of just do over time. So last time we did a plot campaign mission. Oh, that's right. I keep meaning to check the actual new options. That's right, because they added more anti-aliasing. I'm not turning that off. I'm just, I don't know what Fidelity X sharpening is. I think that is their sharpening option, and they now just have a name on it. Yeah, whatever. It's been working up until now. I don't see too much of the, I'm not, well, there's a little bit I can see a bit, but I've got reshade going, but I need to update my reshade settings. Because they help a lot, but they're not perfect, and they got improved apparently. Okay, so we did a plot-based mission. I forget what happened. There wasn't much
Okay,
plot. We went
Commander.
and we blew
My
something
work
up.
for House Marek is not quite finished. I've been informed that House Liao have retaliated because of our actions against the local governor by launching several military raids on Marek border outposts. The good news? It means another payday for us. House Marek wants us to hit back by destroying a military logistics center belonging to Liao. They're hoping to hobble Liao's military capabilities in the border region and, in doing so, convince them to back down and allow the refugees to return home. The thing I find extraordinary is that House Marek is not going after Black Inferno. It was their egregious actions inside Marek territory that started this whole thing. Instead, they're focusing all their anger and resources on House Liao. If I had to guess, I'd say someone very powerful is behind Black Inferno's actions, and that whoever it is, they're using that power to shield these bastards. As to who that benefactor might be, or what their endgame is, I don't know. Still too many questions, and not enough answers. For now, we have a contract to fulfill. I've prepared the mission briefing. Once you sign off on the op and get us where we need to go, we can launch.
Copy that.
Hmm. So Black Inferno are this mercenary company that caused the events of the opening of the game, where our mercenary company gets stomped, just absolutely razed to the ground, and we kind of take our few limited personnel and boogie on out of there. Whatever our home planet was, I don't actually remember. Way out in near Davion space. And so they're apparently not being backed or focused on by the powers that be in the region we're in. Hmm. I wonder what that could mean. I certainly do not know. So, take contracts and expand your who's you what's it. Well, oh look, it's a 3 mission operation. Jeez Louise. That's not farting around, is it? Yeah, but I'd kind of rather... Let me go to my star map here. Nanking. Ooh, that has associations with it that maybe aren't so pleasant. So, I don't really need any new mechs unless there's an assault mech, and I think I checked both of those areas and they weren't. Um, I could go over here, but I think I'm probably gonna go with contracts from, I don't know, actually. Let me check my operations to see where my who likes and dislikes me. Marek doesn't care much. Steiner I'm going to start taking contracts from. I like House Steiner. They're goofy. They have what's known as a Steiner Scout Lance, which is a bunch of the biggest, baddest mechs in the entire universe slapped together in one tiny scouting party. When they scout, they don't really care about being quiet, and I approve. Main reason I'm goody with House Davion is simply due to convenience. It's where we started. House Lao, I don't really have any particular beef with, but I think I'd rather go with Marek because they're brightly colored. Uh, if there were missions that you could use to actually get in favor of outlaws and stuff reliably, I would maybe do that out of spite and a general sense of Schadenfreude for the universe. Let's see. Well, before I take any contracts, due to the pending hello, Cat Guardian here, just letting you know that due to the pending rating of the game you're streaming and the Mixer rules of conduct, I've gone ahead and changed your rating to 18 plus. Yo, okay, Mixer. I pending rating. What is the rating on this actually? What is the Ezerb? I have no idea what the Ezerb rating of Mechwarrior 5 is. I wouldn't think that it's M because it's not like there's massive amounts of blood, or even any references whatsoever to any kind of sexual relations, because it is not that kind of game. It is a game where you bum around in giant stompy robots and blow things up, and it's pretty cool. Because it's giant stompy robots. Duh. Okay, I don't like the missions that's going to be giving me though. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? It's a multiple mission. It's a raid, a demolition. Actually, raids aren't so bad. Those are, I think, the ones where you just bop in there, blow something up, and bop out. So I can work with that. I'll go with House Merrick then. That is all the negotiation points I can work with at the moment. That's enough to get a small mech, which is good because that'll give me money. Negotiation more effective. I wonder why. I'm not going to complain. No tonnage limit because I still have this mod equipped or installed that removes the built-in tonnage limitations that the game has, which are frankly rather onerous. It does not let you do much. Let's see. Which pilot was I doing? Probably this guy right here. I've got to get better, better pilots is what I've got to get. Let's see. Let's wait for my Annihilator to be refit, and let's confirm Lance. Actually, I think I will give you the awesome. So my awesome is like dual PPCs and dual LERM 20s, which is pretty good, provided those are actually used. Um, yeah, that'll be good for now. Right now I'm using an Annihilator 1X, which is like all lasers and some LB10Xs, which I cannot afford to replace because I have not found a number of them. They are fancy guns. At this point in the timeline, I think they're effectively lost technology. They are around. They can be found if you go deep into a certain region's space and get another one, but
Reactor online. Sensors
I can't afford to
online.
replace them. Fortunately,
Weapons
they are
online.
mounted right now on one of the
All
biggest,
systems
baddest
nominal.
mechs in the game,
Our objective is to
which I lucked
infiltrate
into.
and destroy a number of strategic assets. Proceed to the marked locations and level the marked targets.
Nice. My
Warning,
AI is
enemy
already
forces are
doing
on
work.
high alert.
Oh,
So
geez.
expect major resistance if you stick around too long.
What on earth is all this? Thank you.
Target acquired.
Oh my gosh, I forgot how to zoom in. That's embarrassing.
Target neutralized.
Destroyed.
Target eliminated.
Alright. I'm gonna just walk through this wall real quick. Clank. Alright, so raid missions are ones where you just kind of
Enemy eliminated.
bum through the mission, blow up a couple important strategic targets, and move on. There's a little turret there. It's not easy to see unless you know what you're looking for.
Target acquired.
Coordinated
Oh, why did I slow down there?
Target destroyed.
He did. Taking some hits here.
Target acquired.
We have your target, Commander.
Whoops, missed. This is a little urban mech. They look like R2-D2. Except they've got a huge gun on them. And that's not okay. Of course, I don't exactly have tiny shooty guns on me. So, my allies, fortunately, are actually putting in work. Oof. And the AI, your AI, the AI in general, but your AI units in particular, are quite handy with single shot, high accuracy weapons like PPCs, which are these blue energy beam blasts. I want to alpha it down, but I don't want to kill it outright.
Target confirmed. Firing.
See that thing that made my UI all scrambled? That was a PPC. Jeez Louise. Okay, so I've been taking a few hits.
Target destroyed.
I'm big and durable and armored, but so I can handle it. But I'm moving my allies ahead to soak up a few extra hits. What are you?
Target destroyed.
So there's a number of ways you can kill mechs. The normal way is you core them, which is destroy their center torso. And bup, bup, bup.
Target destroyed.
Which is what I did there. You can also go for cockpit headshots. um, where you aim for the cockpit, but cockpits are hard to hit. Going for a cockpit kill boosts your chance of having that mech available as salvage at the end of the mission pretty substantially. Um, Another option, instead of going for the center torso, which tends to be pretty heavily armored and hard to blow up, takes some concentrated fire to kill, you go for a mech's legs, which are usually more lightly armored, and you have the benefit of slowing them down a bit when you do blow out their legs. Um, One of its legs, and then the second leg, once you blow out the second leg, it's dead because it can't do anything. Very good. I'm going to double back here. F1, F2, actually F1, F3, because my entire lance of mechs, that's what you call a mech squad in Battletech, is a lance. My entire squad here can move faster than I can, so I'm going to tell them to move ahead of me. They are throwing quite a few enemies at us. They're all light things like helicopters and tanks. Lots of helicopters and tanks. So ideally this game plays out kind of like, I don't know, Rainbow Six, but with mechs. But that is not really how it boils down, unfortunately. Because the AI in general is fairly dumb. It is accurate. It is relentless. What are you doing, little turret? Shoot me with like an AC-2. That's not going to work. When you send your AI allies instructions, they tend to stop for a second and then start back up again, which is infuriating. So I have to keep my right-hand side from taking much damage. I need to start curving on the left. So it basically plays like a tank sim. Oh, that helicopter is not doing anything. Oh no, it's coming at me. I got him. Fortunately, I do have a fairly large amount of ammo for these expensive and irreplaceable guns. Good. Alrighty. So once I break in there, there's probably a bunch of tanks and turrets and a whole number of other bits of unpleasantness floating around in there. Good. Move faster than me, though, if you could. I don't see any turrets right off the bat. That doesn't mean they aren't there. Very nice. Now we just move to the other two targets, blow them up. Lots of fancy destruction. As you can see. Oops. There we go. Don't see any turrets immediate. There we go. Alright, I'm telling my allies to just walk through things. Lasers have no ammo requirements, but they do build up heat, which is tricky, of course, heat management. Yesterday, or last week, if you were tuned in, you saw me overheat a couple times in various mechs. Fortunately, they weren't
Target acquired.
deal breaker type situations, but I want to be a little careful with my shots here.
Destroyed.
Oh, oh. When the AI decides to get its act together and shoot something to death, it does not dick around, and I approve. So we're big, slow, and stompy. There are much faster mechs I could pilot, but oh boy, well, that thing's dead. But they are fragile, and I am not a superb pilot.
Target acquired.
My main advantage is that I have played games like this before, and I know basically what I'm doing. Boom! There's something out to the side there. Oh, cool. Alright. I wanted to tell them to head over that way, but I forgot. So now they're way behind me. I'm going to tell them to form on me, and I'm going to tell them to move that way. And I'm going to sit behind... Well, actually, I'm going to keep walking because it'll take me a friggin' day and a half. Oh, there it is. It'll take me like a dog's age in order to actually get... Oh, that was a pretty clean hit. In order to actually get there, because I'm in an assault mech, and assault mechs are big and burly.
Destroyed.
Which ammo do I have? I have 209 shots, that's fine. Oh, there is a mech
Acquired.
over there. I will go for our objective.
Target down. All target buildings have been destroyed, Commander.
And we've got... Okay, that's our landing zone that we... Or evac zone, I should say. Oh, it's another Irby. And I think we blew up its gun arm. Yep, there we go. So the way the AI basically works in this game is that it basically has conditional reasoning where it prioritizes certain targets based on aggro gained, and it gains aggro based on damage dealt to the unit. So if there's an
Target acquired.
AI floating around and you shoot at it a lot, but your allies don't, the AI is going to target you pretty mercilessly, and it's typically going to gun for the most expensive, for the most damaging, and therefore most expensive component that you have equipped. It is very good at that. So there have been missions where I've dropped in, popped something with a really big gun like an AC-20 once or twice, and then like every single AI in the vicinity is just gunning for that component. I'm gonna hold off getting to my evac zone long enough for my allies to pop that urban mech. They've taken out its AC-10, so it's pretty bet you don't. No, it's not. It's a really awkward angle at which to get your allies to go to a location. Like, if you're overlooking an area, it's really easy, but if you're looking at something horizontally, it just doesn't care. Strictly speaking, all that has to happen is I have to get there. They will just come with automatically once I get there and get pulled out of the mission successfully. But I like to move them ahead of me
Cavalry is here, Commander.
because they're faster than I am and durable. Between the three of them, they are more durable than I am. I'm very durable. They can out tank me. Ah. Okay. So, we got some reputation, we got some C-bills, we got more C-bills. Wow, that's a bunch of different mechs they have available. For salvage, I'm pretty impressed. That is a fire starter. I'm going to take it. It's either that or I take two other mechs. But the fire starter is worth more than double most of them. I won't actually get that amount of money for it, but I'll take that PPC while I'm at it. Oh, because it's a tier 1, okay. As opposed to a tier 0. Yeah, I'll take it and I'll just sell it later. No big deal. Just double checking through here if there's anything I need. Typically, you don't see ammo, tons of ammo as actual drops, just weapons and heat sinks, jump jets. Jump jets I have not really cared much about because most of the mechs that I'm using are not jump jet capable, and I have mountains of them for the ones that are. Okay, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I do have to do some serious repairs. I took a beating. They took a beating. This one didn't. Nobody took any structural damage, so the way the paper doll, which is what we call the little icon represents. Oh, he took some structural damage there. That's not okay at all. Um, the way the paper doll works is the colored outline around the gray area is your armor. Once that's gone on a component, then it starts taking structural damage, which is these gray bits in the middle. And here you can see there's a yellow part. So this awesome took a bunch of damage to the rear right-hand side of its torso. Um, as you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but on the front you can still see the armor is intact if damaged. But then on the back it is gone. It got stripped. Which means I might have to reassess where I put armor on there, but we'll deal with that at a later date. But other than him, we only just took a fair amount of armor damage, which is going to be expensive, but continue. Can I, like, repair and then go on to the next one? Because I'd very much like to do that. Or is it going to make me do them all in a row? Jeez Louise, that's expensive. Jeez Louise, that's expensive. Oh my gosh, why is this so pricey? It's because they're assault mechs, and they have just absolute unbelievable tons of armor. Yeah, I'm just going to sell this guy. He has nothing on him that I care about. So that'll help make up some of what I just did to borderline bankrupt myself. Eesh. Fire starter. Oh, that's cool. So before, if I go into my battle mechs menu, in cold storage, anything in cold storage you couldn't sell directly. You had to bring it out of cold storage to your active hangar and then sell it. But now, it looks like as a part of the most recent patch, they made it so that you don't have to do that. That's really cool, and I approve. Here's the fire starter. Note that it's not selling for as much as they said it would. I don't care. It's gone. I need the money. Um, Is it really not going to let me repair? That sucks. That's going to be a problem. Mission. Oh, shit. Um, let me go and load here. Autosave finished mission. Before I started the repairs, and I'll see if I can bang the mission out without getting horribly obliterated. If I wind up losing one of my assault mechs, that's a huge issue, but that's why we have saves, and we'll save scum if we have to. I'm not super thrilled to do that, but I've done it before, and I'll do it again. Alright, we'll take our fire starter, we'll take that PPC, we'll take that other PPC, and we will hit continue. Continue. I guess I have to ready up immediately, which kind of sucks. It's either that or I swap out the mech that I'm using for this guy, which I could do. I'd rather not, but I could do it. Whatever, I'll just take the chance. The awesome is a good enough chassis. As far as assault mechs go, I know some people have done actual cost to weight ratio, or cost to, yeah, C-bill cost, which is the, C-bills are the currency of choice in the BattleTech universe. The C-bill cost to weight and weapon ratio for various mechs, and the assault actually does quite well because it's a lot cheaper than things such as atlases, and like 2 assaults on an atlas is not going to end well for the atlas. The atlas is the big skull-covered thing. Okay. So these missions are actually kind of tricky because they start really throwing the book at you. They start taking out all the stops as soon as you start trying to blow these places up. They just start dropping mech platoons on top of your head. Telling my allies to move on up. Please, K, thanks. I'm gonna, because they can all move faster than I can. I go at a stately 32 kilometers per hour. They can all go at least 40. I think even the Atlas can go like 40 kph. Interesting though that it shows my paint job as intact, even though my components are pretty badly damaged, or my armor is pretty badly scuffed. I gotta explain diddly didge.
Target acquired.
Okay. I'm probably gonna get them to overlook. Oh, shoot. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna. There we go. Very good.
Critical.
I'm gonna tell my team to just get in there. There was a turret I thought I saw somewhere. There are a bunch of medium mechs floating around. Like that guy over there. Oh, it's a cicada. I don't care too much about that. Biggest thing cicadas have going for them is that they are pretty durable. And they're fast.
Managed to demolish about half of the target's buildings. Crack on, Commander.
Reposition successful, Commander. Destroyed.
That's bad. I'm walking right into it. Oh no! And I cannot lose my right arm.
Heat critical.
And I am having some heat issues.
You're almost there, Commander. Only 25% of this area remains.
Critical.
I'm about to lose my arm. That's very bad. Because that has a gun on it that I can't lose. So here we're just, that target health is just the overall health of the location, and I am blowing it up. Random acts of violence and incredible reduction in property value. There we go. Okay, let's get the hell out of here.
Destroyed this area. Great work. Let's get to the evac point now.
I'm just gonna sprint for it, I don't care.
Enemy eliminated.
Moving with the lance.
Sprint being a highly relative term. That is not ours, I don't think. Oh no, that is. Never mind. Let's get the hell out of here. I'm gonna have to switch out my entire roster of mechs for this next mission, though. I'm gonna keep swiveling so that any stray shots do not accidentally take out my arm. Keep him swiveled away from incoming damage. I have lost almost all my armor.
Target acquired.
Flash target.
I really hope I'm walking in the right direction here. That'll be embarrassing if I'm not.
Dropship on approach, Commander.
Okay, we're good.
Prepare for extraction.
We're good, we're good. Alright, there we go. I'm going to double check inside my mech bay to see if I lost or had any components beyond damaged. Like outright losses would be really bad. I'll take you, and then I've got... Oh, no. Take you. I'll take whatever I can grab after that. Here we go. Basically, I go by monetary value. Mechs are always worth a lot to sell. Okay. Oh, good. Their skill level went up. Their skill level went up. Mine did not. Theirs did. Their ballistic went up. He only took a little damage, so that's fine. I took a mountain of damage. Continue. So I've got to swap. I have to, at the very least, swap my mech out. That's non-negotiable because I cannot lose anything that's equipped to that. I might go with my Griffin because I can do some pretty decent damage with that. Failing that, the Archer is not a bad choice, and I can make anything work. Actually, I've been meaning to do my Laser Vomit Hunchback 4P. We're going to do that. These other guys will just have to manage, I think. Actually, I am going to go with the Griffin. Because I can put in some real work with the Griffin. Provided I don't lose the limb immediately. I've got my burly boys to help. And girls. Burly people. Burly pilots? Burly pilots. I'm going to actually go to the market and sell... yeesh. Oh, they sort them alphabetically? Okay. How many slots do I have? I have one. I doubt I'm going to be able to get more than one more mech, so that's not a problem. So as you can see, its armor is way down. So what I might do is I think I will actually, for safety's sake, go to confirm Lance. I'm going to definitely swap you out because these guys are pretty close to being in some basically mortal peril. Um, I'll put you in the archer. I'll put you. Yeah, I'll put you in the hunchback. Hunchback. And you I will put in, I don't know, the other hunchback. Sure. Out of interest. Actually, well, it's total. I may, in fact, keep the Atlas there. Come to think of it, because it's burly enough that I think it can probably take it. I have to double check on the King Crab. The King Crab. You know what? I'm gonna keep them in the King Crab too. So it's just us two going out in mediums. Actually, I think the Archer's a heavy. Yeah, the Archer's a heavy. I need to paint my Archer. So we are going to paint our Archer in bright colors so I can actually see the gosh darn thing. Let's go to Battle Mechs. Let's go to the Archer. The Archer is a pretty decent missile platform. It's a decent weapons platform in general. I'd say its biggest disadvantage is having this cockpit right in the middle of its body mass, which is real easy to hit. Not super easy, but easier than I'd like. Let's see. I'm not actually going to go with... Maybe I will go with Marek, though. But I'm definitely not going to go with Lao because I'm fighting against Lao stuff, and I will get confused. So I think I will go with Marek, which is brightly colored anyway, which is why we're taking it. Failing that, Franken looks pretty good. But I'm going to change some colors on it. Gonna change a few colors, no big deal. See, that red looks actually looks red. Ugh. I don't know if it's my monitor or my eyes being goofy, but the reds in this game turn to orange real quick. And as for the bones, let's make the bones like a blue. Yeah. Either that or make the bones red? Yeah, maybe make the bones red. Let's copy, paste, paste. There we go. Let's change the secondary to the blue maybe. I can work with that. Means I'm gonna change the green to like a purple though. Yeah, yeah. I like it. I like it. Apply. This works for me. Uh, this is a PvE game. This is a game in which you roll around with mecha bros and bro it up and bro things up. Okay, I'm gonna confirm my lance, and we're gonna roll with it. The repair bill for all this is going to be astronomical. It's already bad. It's going to get worse. So using the Griffin, the main gimmick that the Griffin mech has is that it tends to have one arm be loaded with the majority of its firepower.
Reactor
That is
online.
that is a
Sensors
very loud bitching
online.
Betty.
Weapons online. All
Bitching
systems nominal.
bitchin' Betty is the
wants us to destroy a number of communication towers
playful
located at the
name that we
northeast
have
edge.
for. Oh my gosh, that's so
There
much
needs to be a
faster.
huge amount of hostile fire in
Um,
the area, so let's get this job done and get
I'm
the
gonna
hell out of here.
go around.
Target acquired.
Let me see that. No, B. B is the map. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. Ah! I'm gonna go around this way. Um, Bitchin' Betty is the playful player name that we've given to the little cockpit voice that says, you know, all reactors online, weapons online, all systems nominal.
Target acquired.
We call her Bitchin' Betty because she'll be like, hey, you're overheating and about to die horribly. Maybe you should do something about that. And we're all like, shut up, Betty, I'll blow my own damn self up. We're Mechwarriors. So what makes my current loadout, and let's get everybody back in the band here, what makes my Griffin's loadout rather different is that I have pulse lasers on there. Pulse lasers are different than regular lasers in that they go bum 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 bum. They fire for a shorter time. They tend to do more damage during that time. Uh, and are in general much higher sustained damage. I'm gonna back off. That's a lot of vehicles, and I need to hide my arm, so I'm using my shield arm.
Target acquired.
What is you doing?
Enemy eliminated.
This dude's trying to overheat me. No, sir.
Target destroyed.
You did. Oh, that's very bad. No, 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 no. Don't stand right on it. Uh, somehow managed to hit reverse there instead of forward, so I wound up eating more of that than I would have liked.
Destroyed.
So I've got an ER, extended range, large laser. What I'm probably going to do is just send my allies right into the middle of everything.
Target down. Oscar Mike.
Target down.
Okay, we popped that. Oh, that's right on top of me, oh god.
Target acquired.
Oh, that is so not good. That is not at all cash money. Uh,
Target destroyed.
he did. Oh, jeez Louise. I'm gonna tell my allies to regroup over there while I try to figure out a way that I can get through this without having my entire mech blown to pieces. This is not going as great or smoothly as I would have liked. So extended range weapons, lasers, they're always lasers, have extended range. They have a longer range they can hit, which, as you can probably guess, is kind of good. It looks like my king crab lost something. Oh, jeez Louise.
Target acquired.
Firing on the commander's requested target.
Blow that up. Tanks in the BattleTech universe are not a joke. Unfortunately, they are non-trivial. Um, they tend to boat really big guns, but mechs can do that too, of course. So the main advantage that mechs have over tanks is that they can boat more guns and tend to have more armor on them. Otherwise, mechs would dominate the field. There are some mercenary companies in the BattleTech universe that do focus primarily on things like armored cav.
Repositioning.
Oh, did we already blow that up? We already blew that up. Oh, okay. Ah, small lasers. So I keep forgetting that I'm much faster than my guys.
Target acquired. Target
There we
destroyed.
go. So the blue beams are large lasers. Oh shit.
We have your target, Commander.
I need to not be as aggressive with these things, but I dislike light mechs with a passion.
Target destroyed.
Oh, good. Unfortunately, its core is going critical, which is that little blue puff. Little blue puff that occurred there. I'd rather not lose any of that King Crab's AC-20s, because AC-20s are big and expensive, but
Grid location received.
I'm going to send them ahead, because they can, in fact, do a lot more damage than I can. What is this?
Grid received.
Go on in. I'll come in after them. That's not the way. Where are you going? Where on Earth, or whatever planet this is, because we're in the galaxy somewhere. Where are they going? So my basic goal here is to bop in, blow up whatever this target is, and then get out of there, because I'm looking at a monstrous repair and rearm bill as it is, and I'm not too happy about it. Okay, so there are two things I need to pop.
At your requested waypoint, Commander.
Moving out.
Telling them to move up further. They will hopefully then attract all the really dangerous stuff.
Target
I
neutralized.
cannot see what that is. Oh, good.
All objectives destroyed. We are inbound on
I'm going to tell my
Northeast
allies to
Point.
pop this thing.
Get here as quickly as you can, Commander.
That's gunning for me. So I'm getting out. I'm bugging out.
Destroyed.
Tango down.
Peace out. I'm gone.
Mission complete, Commander.
Oof.
Let's go
Those
now.
were a challenge. Those were a challenge. Those were non-trivial missions. I'm happy. Got through them without losing any mechs. We'll see our damage totals, because I probably lost a component or two somewhere along the line. We'll figure it out. Alright. No mech salvage, which is unfortunate, but we'll just sort by most expensive and claim as much of it as we can, and then sell it to cover our colossal repair bills. Those are actually some decent small lasers. I'm going to grab them. Small lasers are kind of trash, in my opinion. They have myriad disadvantages and not really much to recommend them. Yeah, I'll grab this other small laser and this SRM2. All right. They didn't even lose the leg. They didn't lose anything, but man, their center torso was friggin' shellacked from the rear, so weapons should be intact, which is good. So let's do an overview of the damage, shall we? Um, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the star map, and I'm going to go somewhere where the repair costs are not going to be quite as bad. I'll go to. Actually, I only have to like move one area out, I guess. But I'll move to Bryant. Still, I got like a couple million C-bills out of that whole affair, which is pretty good. Um, pretty good. I went through a patch early in the game where I wound up selling a lot of stuff because there were a bunch of assault mechs I could buy if I just was brave enough to sell almost my entire inventory. And that's how I have, and then I've just kind of built my mech bay up from there. So I'm going to go to my battle mechs and we're going to do an assessment. So these two are ones that I salvaged, and they're basically just going to get sold outright. I don't care. I just don't care. So let's do an overview of just how bad the damage was. Let's go to edit loadout. That's right, I uninstalled the. And let's go to details. So our single heatsink here did get damaged on that side of the torso, but damage does not mean irreparable. It means I don't have to worry about getting another one. So I'm just going to do some repairs on all this. Actually, I'm just going to repair all. Alright, what does that come to? 103,000. 12 days. We will start work. Alright, so that's the cheap one, probably. We're going to check the Atlas. Let's see how bad this situation was. Never had any components damaged, other than structural. Which is kind of what you'd expect. Man, that thing got close to getting destroyed. Lost almost half its structural integrity. That's pretty dangerous. What does that come to? 207k. That's pretty bad, but workable. Let's check our Archer here. Archer was just purely cosmetic damage, I think. I'm going to double check. Yeah, purely cosmetic, no structural damage anywhere. Actually, I'm going to put that ammo in its feet. Now, that could be considered a really bad idea, but it's how we do. I should have the engine heatsink in there. I haven't, well, LRM-20s actually generate a mountain of heat, but we're not going to worry about it. Repair all, start work, barely any cost. Let's check out our Griffin. That's going to be mostly cosmetic too. I don't think I had any structural damage. Yeah, none. So we will repair all on that. That's not going to be too bad. 48k. These are mediums and heavy mechs. The Griffin is a medium. The Archer is a heavy. The rest of these, the Atlas, the Awesome, the King Crab, and the Annihilator are assault mechs, and they are expensive to rearm and repair. Let's go to edit loadout and see how bad the damage was. Just structural damage, and not even a whole lot of it. It still had a point of armor left on its arm. That's great. Just a single point of armor. Wow. This is going to cost a fortune. Not as bad as my Annihilator, probably. 177k. That's a doozy. And then my Annihilator is going to be quite expensive. Oh, but only a medium laser and small pulse laser actually took any substantial damage. Um, in terms of components, components can get real expensive, depending on the level of the component. None of them are particularly high level, but other than that, and the structural damage I took, I didn't lose any ammo, which is great. I'm going to put ammo in my legs, which is typically regarded as a really bad idea, but, well, I am getting a phone call. I will be right back. And I am back. Fortunately, wasn't anything I had to worry about. All right. Yeah, other than reorganizing my ammo so that I don't have any inside my arms, because arms can get blown off at the drop of a hat, and ammo can go critical and explode, which is very bad. Do I have any other small pulse lasers that I can maybe put in my small laser slots? I have a couple. How much heavier are they, though? Small lasers, I think, half a ton. Yeah, they're half a ton. That actually means I can free up room for something else. Hmm. Do I have any spare medium pulses? I have a couple spare medium pulses. I'd kind of maybe like to convert over to those on my center torso. Because pulse lasers, despite being pretty hot, are pretty damn strong. Yeah, I can remove that. Then I have like half a ton. Do I have a half ton of LB10X AC ammo? I do, actually. I could get another small pulse laser in there. And it's on the head, so who cares? If the head goes, I'm gonna have to restart the mission anyway. Because I'll be dead. Dead, dead, dead. Dead, 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 dead. Oh, that's right. That's right. These are not a large mount. These are a medium-sized mount. Physical size. So I can't actually put AC-20s on there even if I wanted to, which I kind of would, but it's not going to happen. Hmm, hmm. If I had four of these LB10X AC solid slugs, I would almost certainly convert my LB10Xs over to them, but I only have the one. These things are phenomenal. They're using an LB10X, but they're like shooting out a single projectile instead of the shotgun sprays. And they're basically like a regular AC-10, but better in every conceivable way. Faster fire rate. Um, where are you? Don't I have a tier 3 AC-10? I don't have a tier 3 AC-10. That's nonsense. I should have a tier 3 AC-10 somewhere, but I don't. There we go. No, that's a burst fire. Those don't count. But I think even then, it'll be pretty close. But it's got faster fire rate, longer range, probably better heat too, for that matter. 3.9 versus 1.35, so yeah, it's better heat. Um, better damage, 11 versus 10. Well, actually, that would probably pop up to at least 11. but you're firing so much faster that it doesn't matter. They're the superior option, is what I'm saying. A better range too. That's what 450 meters, even though they can actually fire quite a bit beyond that. Um, provided you aim for the arc. 450 meters, 600 meter per second. Fire speed, these go up to 500. That's probably comparable though, but they're better, is my point. They're better. 11 tons versus 12 tons is a biggie. They weigh 1 ton less for no reason other than why not. So if you can get a whole bunch of LB-10X autocannons with solid slug, that's the way to go. Now let me check my medium pulses. Those are 2 tons a pop versus a medium laser, which is 1 ton. I can't really do that. Can't really do that. But I can remove this small laser. I can honestly probably remove a ton of the LB-10X ammo, but I have been very happily just dumping ammo into things. Whenever I see a problem, I just shoot it. Blah, blah, blah. And you can fire them off real quick, and they don't generate mountains of heat either. They do generate some, but it's not terrible. But they're pretty good. Did I do my repairs? Cancel. Actually, the repair bill on that is not as bad as I thought it would be. And the moving stuff around didn't wind up costing me anything, which is fine. Not too bad. Not too bad. It'll take a month to repair, an actual in-game month, but we're just gonna wait through that because we don't give a fuck. Not to put too fine a pound on it. I don't give a shit. Oh, good. Here, I can replace someone. I'm definitely grabbing this guy. Let me grab you. I believe it. Born on a Merrick agricultural complex, Captain O'Neill, 1L, chose to pursue a career as a mercenary in order to get away from the tedium of everyday life. Captain O'Neill is beginning to earn a reputation as an up-and-coming Mechwarrior. She has had plenty of battlefield deployments and is eager to amass even more. She can get up to 9 heat management. That's pretty good. I'm going to hire them. Because that is, I think, the best pilot I can get at this point. Other than the one default newbie they give you. I'm going to go check my pilot Rooster. So Commander Mason is you. You don't have a, that's non-negotiable. You cap out at skill level 60, 10 on everything, which is as high as you can go, I believe, without actually using mods. Let's see, it's 29, so I can remove this person right here. You're dismissed. I can probably, that's 29. 536, 546. 536, 546. 752, 375. 12768. That'll probably be comparable though. They're actually a bit more expensive. They have a more even spread, which I kind of like. I think we're good for now. There are plenty of max skill cap level 60 pilots out there. You can get a full roster of them. I have not encountered a single one. I've encountered assault mechs. I have not encountered better pilots at this stage, which is a bit infuriating. Wow, that hunchback is completely intact except for its back armor, which is all gone for some reason. Quick draw. Which is a quick draw. Victors are fairly okay. I mean, you can mount an AC-20. AC-20s are like the biggest gun you can equip. They're big. Big, big shooty bang sticks. Alrighty, so I'm going to sell my fire starter. I don't care about repairing him. It won't get substantially more for it by doing so. Gonna sell that spider as well. We are in the money, which is great. Let's go to battle mechs, and let's go to star map. Let's see, what do we got way over here? Have I gone over here? I'm gonna have to check out over there. I'm gonna go and fight this assassination contract. Actually, I'm close enough that I can check out what this hero mech is. Because there's a fire starter hero mech that I want to get that has like either 6 or 8 ballistic slots. Fire starters are a small, very light mech, but they can mount a lot of little tiny guns on them. And machine guns in Mechwarrior 5 are surprisingly strong. They actually, aside from the ammo requirement, which is substantial, it's a Jaeger. Is this the Jaeger I have? 2 PPCs, 2 AC2s, 2 medium pulse lasers. That's pretty good. Shit, that's not bad. How much is it? Ah, it's outside of my price range. I can't afford it. Womp womp. Do I have an enforcer? I don't think I do. So a lot of the appeal in this game is kind of the collect 'em all aspect. It definitely has that going for it. Where's my Jaeger? There's my Jaeger, which I have everything unequipped from, like the Smarty Pants. That's a JM6A. Market. It was a JM6FB. FB. I feel like I should know that. And these are supposed to have like hero paint schemes, and I just those have not been present. But Jaegers are pretty good. The Rifleman, strictly speaking, is probably a better weapons platform. Mostly because it can boat heavier weapons, but the Jaeger is a nice in between. And then you've got the what's the other one? There's a bunch that kind of fit into a similar mold. You've got the Jaeger, the Rifleman, and it's lighter than those two, I think. Where's the Jaeger the lighter one? No. Do I have a Rifleman? Indy Shadowhawk Panther. No. I don't remember now. I have 2 commandos? Why do I have 2 commandos? That's strange. Huh? Why do I have 2 commandos? Give me a moment. Because this one is just outright better. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about that. Logistics Center sits inside one of House Lau's urban military complexes. The buildings housing the logistics center are mission critical targets and must be taken out in order for us to get paid. Gotta make the cash, gotta make the dough. Alright, we'll worry about that in a minute. I want to check out Steiner's base. There's a rare mech on the market over here. Maybe I should check it out and spend money. Oh, it's like 1 jump away from Zola Coffin. Plus that gets most of my repair and refit, rearm stuff going and done. What I'm probably going to do in the near future is there's a mod that allows you to makes the weapon hardpoint system work basically, and I talked about this I think last stream. Pilot hard. Do we have anyone? Nope. None of them are hireable as far as I'm concerned. Market. Ooh, there's an awesome in the market, unless that's mine. That'd be embarrassing. Oh, that's an interesting setup. I do not care about the small laser. Learn 15. PPC right now. Mine is better by a country mile. The Cyclops is another assault mech. Cyclopses are pretty dope. What does this one got? It has an AC 20. It has a some missile hardpoints, and then it's kind of that one doesn't really work too well for me. In any case, this mod basically allows the. Do I have one of those? I do have one of those. The weapon hardpoints, which are ordinarily limited to small, medium, and large weapon hardpoints of ballistic, energy, or missile. Um, you can only equip large, so like an AC-10 would be a medium, an AC-2 would be a small, an AC-20 would be a large, and then for missiles you've got like LRM-10s are a medium, LRM-20s are a large, LRM-5s are a small. And then laser energy weapons, PPCs are a large, medium lasers are a medium, small lasers are a small. Easy, right? Well, in Mechwarrior Online, in particular, there is no restriction in terms of size, just the number of slots something takes up. Um, Physical slots in the structure, so which is, small, medium, and large. Some are just like 1 or 2 slots, others are like 4 or 5 for really, really big things like Gauss rifles and AC-20s um, and LRM-20s. Um, big, big guns, as they say. Um, and So within that framework, basically the only your major limitation is tonnage, and the physical number of slots. Now in MechWarrior Online, you have various augmentations you can make to your mech, such as giving it ferrofibrous armor or endosteel structure, which are lighter weight components but take up more structural slots. So you have basically slot restrictions. You don't have those in MechWarrior 5. So the only real balancing factor would be tonnage. So you could put an AC-20 on something tiny like a Locust if you had absolutely nothing else on it. I actually doubt you could even do it then, but still, you could feasibly do it, and you can do that in MechWarrior Online. But it's made of paper, um, and you're going to die. But it's fun in MechWarrior Online to do goofy builds like that because you can do goofy builds like that. Whereas here you're a bit more limited in that regard. But that mod will remove that limitation, and I've got a bunch of big badass weapons that I'd like to put on smaller, like this guy. I could free up a lot of armor. I could free up a lot of stuff and equip like a bunch of autocannon 20s, and it would be brutal. It would be absolutely devastating. Um, Another example is stuff like the Hunchback 4P, which is lots of lasers in its one shoulder slot here. Its right torso. What you could do is put in, instead of, let me go to edit loadout, let me go to details. Instead of doing a bunch of medium lasers, I could put in PPCs instead, which are rather larger. Of course, you can't even see them. Here we go. Which take up more slots. So I couldn't fit quite as many in, because there's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 energy hardpoints in the right torso. But provided I had the tonnage, which is your big limiting factor, because a PPC is what? 7 tons. One PPC weighs 1 ton more than all 6 of these put together. So you'd have the tonnage problem, but I could feasibly fit in. If these are like, call it 2, 3 slots each, I could fit in, if I removed absolutely everything, quite a few of them, is my point. But I won't do that. I will be. I can't do that now, but if I install that mod, I will be able to. So I'm probably going to do that at some point, just to fiddle around and see what goofy builds I can come up with, because experimentation is half the fun. And I haven't been spending, because doing refits is actually quite expensive. Like just moving ammo and stuff around used to cost you money, but now it doesn't, thank goodness. Um, but it does take some time, I believe. It takes like a day or whatever of in-game time, so you have to do it. I am going to go to the star map admit that that Jaeger mech looked pretty appealing. I'm going to go to Zolikoffen, which I should be able to go to without having to go to Muffrid. I'm going to travel to it. Very good. You also have to pay bills. There is an economy here that you have to worry about. That is to say, your own money. You keep that up just by doing contracts. And by contracts, I mean people pay you money to waddle around in a giant stompy robot and blow everything up in front of you. Oh, good. This is for Marek, but we are fighting against Steiner, I assume? Who am I against? Yeah, I'm against Steiner. I don't really want to fight against Steiner. I'd rather fight against Marek than go against Steiner. But it's assassination. That's not so bad. Opponent faction forces. That's too bad. Alright, so that's 16 salvage shares, which is enough to get me a mech out of all this. That's a pretty hefty sea build. Oh, because the difficulty is 85. I'm going to get stomped. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Assault mech murder gang. You're gone. Actually, I'm going to switch you with this person and you with Branham. And I think that will about do it. Yeah, it will. I think I am going to swap them into the Atlas, though. You can't have more than 4 allies with you at any given time, even after you ignore the tonnage restrictions that used to be in the base game. But we're going to go for this and see what happens. I'm going to make a save. New and make that, yeah, Zolikoffen. Back and resume. Confirm Lance and rock and roll. Because I've got basically what boils down to a near end game Lance anyway. My weapons aren't as high tier as they could be. Each weapon has, everything has like a given tier rating. Every weapon has a tier rating going from tier 0 up to tier 5. I have one tier 5 weapon and I'm terrified to actually equip it to anything because it might get blown up. And I can't replace it. There's no way for me to replace it. And it was expensive, so I don't want to lose it.
Reactor online. Sensors
But tier 5
online.
weapons are head and shoulders
Online.
above even
All
tier
systems
4s,
go.
but particularly anything lower than tier 4. It's just a huge improvement.
We've been hired as a solution. Find them and put them down for good. We'll be
Oh,
on standby to
that
strike you once the job is done.
is indeed a bunch of potential locations. Not sure how I feel about all that. They're all back there. That's fine. Oh, that's a nice map layout. I guess, yeah, go for this one over here.
Repositioning.
Yeah, because if I go basically around in a circle, this actually would not make for a particularly bad PvP map. There is no PvP in this game, no player versus player. There is online co-op though, which is nice. But is that a lot of turret contacts or not very many? I can't tell. See, they turn around like that for no reason, and they shouldn't do that. Yikes, they have this place fortified to the nines?
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Primary target identified. It doesn't seem like our secondary targets are with them. Let's make this quick.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a Highlander? Highlanders are big. They are bad news, so I've got to close in and brawl with it. This king crab might block one of my shots, and that would be bad for the king crab. So I actually would kind of like to get this thing intact if I can. Got him. Yikes. Took some serious damage there. They just dropped mechs on our heads. I gotta keep an eye on my heat. I'm gonna start swiveling. Where is my... There is no exit. Shit. Ugh. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me! It's a Wolverine. Oof. I missed. I missed with all of that. And I shut down, which is less than ideal. Ow. Okay. So that was rough. I'm gonna move my crew ahead so that you can start taking hits instead of me. King Crab, because it's got dual AC-20s, is gonna attract some fire because AC-20s are big and nasty and hurt. So the AI is gonna prioritize shooting things like that. My entire crew actually has some pretty big nasty guns, which is nice. I think I'm gonna go up on that hill. That's right, map is B, not M. Yeah, going up on that hill seems like the prudent thing to do.
We're on the move.
Yeah, King Crab's pretty badly hit, but probably still has its armor intact. My head actually took some pretty decent hits. So, but the head on the Annihilator, which is the mecha I'm using, is fairly exposed. Pretty easy to see, because this thing right up there, the cockpit rather, is exposed. It's kind of, sort of shielded by armor around it, but it is very much hittable. So, am I looking? I still have a ton of ammo. Oh, these things.
Target down.
Those are big, nasty VTOLs. They are not to be trifled with.
At the requested position, Commander.
Alright, that's pretty good. Because we do want to take the high ground if we can. Biggest concern I have is surprise mech drops, where they'll just drop, like, bring a dropship in and drop, like, 4 mechs on my head. Because I did a endurance warzone mission, which is an endless series of endless waves of of enemies that you blow up, and it got real hairy towards the end. Ow!
Target acquired.
What is plinking at me? Little thing down there. That thing is dual AC-10s, which isn't too terrifying, but it's bad enough that I want to make sure that I kill that before it shoots at me. I think I'm getting plinked at by something with an AC-2.
Target acquired.
That's an Atlas. That's an Atlas. That's an Atlas. That's an Atlas. And I need to get out of here. I'm going to swerve and sway and swoon. And I've got to get into position to blow its head off. So its cockpit, it's right in the eye there. Which is not easy to hit. Shoot him, please. Oh, nice. Very clean. I think you need like 20 shares to get one from a mission, though. Timbiki Doric Gesundheit, I think? I assume it's a drink. An alcoholic beverage of some kind. Also, most of my allies have long-range missiles, LRMs, which means they can engage from nearly any distance. I'm gonna get my gang with me here. Just in case they drop another like this. This thing right here, probably not mine. Actually, it could be. It could be. I didn't see it lift off, so maybe that one is, because I am within a 500 meters. So at my stately 32 kph, I'm gonna trundle my way all the way over there. I've been going with mostly slow mechs because they're durable, and this is essentially like a tank simulator, but with a lot more power fantasy and fun associated with it. Fancy laser guns and plasma guns and cannons that shoot out Volkswagen Beetle-sized projectiles. I'm gonna walk right through this building, which is built into a rock. I don't care. Get out the way. I'm an annihilator. Make it rain! Sort of. Okay, make it splash then. Gosh. Jeez. So that actually was pretty doable. Assassination missions I find to be the most doable, even though they can throw some really nasty stuff at you, because they tend to be pretty quick. 940 reputation, no wonder it went up so high. That's a lot of base money. Oh, it's 26 shares. I can afford half of that. It's too bad, because it's another AS-7D, and I would love to have another one. Ugh. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Let's see. I do have a bunch of Lerm 10s and Lerm 20s for that matter. Anything that's like a... I can use more duplicates of those, but I don't need them per se. I'll take one of those. Just to be slightly capricious. That puts me one over. I need to pick something that is 2. Probably these guys then. Actually, take another... Any large lasers? No, no large lasers. Take 2 of those then. Because one of the most common components I have to replace is medium lasers, and having some mid-tier medium lasers that I can replace at a moment's notice. Ooh, he took some arm damage. Fortunately, I can replace everything he's got on there. In fact, I just got a PPC I can replace it with. No skill ups that I can see. Some pretty hefty damage, particularly on me, though I did a good job of swiveling to keep damage from being localized on any one component. So that was not too bad. All right. Don't think there will be any component damage there, so I'll just do repairs. Ugh. Ugh, that is so much more expensive than it needs to be. 300% more. Ew, it used to be 30% more. Jeez Louise. I can't afford that. Are you joking? Oh, rare weapons. Yoink. Don't even care what they are. Sight unseen. If it's in Steiner space, they're going to be pretty serious guns. Pretty serious. Watch, it'll be like a tier 3 AC5 burst fire. Medium pulse laser is good. Ooh, something with Artemis. I do not have anything with Artemis yet, I don't think. So I'm going to go to Marquette. We've got a basically intact Highlander. Ooh, a Stalker. Stalkers are great boats for anything. This Stalker is a great boat for missiles. Yikes, that's a nice Stalker chassis. It's the 3H. My favorite Stalker chassis is the one that's like got all energy hardpoints all day. And I have one of those in Mechwarrior Online that's got a it's got like 6, I think, PPCs. It's dumb. It overheats if you look at it funny. It has no armor, but you kill things. Things die. That's not bad either. It's a bit more. It's a rather well-rounded. One of the things I like about Stalkers is that because they're symmetrical, you have backup weapons all over it, so it's pretty good. So that, ooh, I think I'm gonna, splurge and buy one. Ryan, yeah. Highlander does have more armor though than the Stalker, which I thought the Stalker actually could boat more armor than that could. But this thing, oh my gosh, this thing, when I want to start leveling up my missile stat, this will be the one. In fact, I'm about to do it because it has no damaged components that I can see. I'm about to go for it. I'm about to go for it. I can't afford it. I'll have to repair and refit probably, but yeah, hell with it. Let's do it. And then I will go to equipment, and I'm going to sort. Ooh, it is a burst fire. But that's a pretty. I mean, that's a tier 4. It's better than anything I've got. Let's sort by cost here. See that's why I came here. It was for this thing and probably this right here. Oh, let me go into my inventory and sort by owned and sell some trash. Oh, I meant to actually do things a bit differently there. I'm gonna keep those. I'm gonna keep those. Didn't keep those actually. Keep the large lasers because large lasers are very handy. Jeez Louise. Actually, I've got inventory. I've got some mechs I can sell that are in my cold storage. Because I do not need this commando. Although it does have missile slots. But this one has 4 energy slots, and I can probably make that work a bit better. So I'm going to sell this one. And I had, I think, a duplicate, duplicate something. Where was that? Javelin, right. 4 energy. Yeah, I'm going to sell this one. There we go. Okay, that makes up a bunch of what I just spent in order to make this thing happen. So I'm now going to go to edit loadout. I'm going to check what's in it. I'm going to move ammo into feats. Oh, there's a heat sink there, okay. Did I? I'm gonna. Yeah, okay, that is what happened. I did wind up accidentally removing a ton of LRM ammo. Because of course I did. I'm gonna put my ammo in my feet. That way it is separated out. It seems, so in most Battletech entries, or Mechwarrior entries, there have been uh, modifications you can make called like case, C-A-S-E ammo, which basically is ammunition that you're covering in like an armored cowling so that when it explodes, or A, is less likely to explode, and B, more importantly, isn't going to leave those in the center torso. I want to move one of these into my head if I can. If it does explode, it's not going to blow up everything if it gets critted. There is not much critting in this game. So what is the work order? Oh, the heat sinks still cost money. That's goofy. So transferring our ammo around doesn't cost anything, but transferring heat sinks does. That's whatever. Whatever. I'm not gonna fight it. I'll move this into my left torso. I'm gonna repair all. I'm going to probably... I might actually remove some heat sinks to get additional armor, because I'd kind of like that. I mean, I can work with what I've got, but I don't need as much cooling as I have. I'll stick with it for now. I'm going to go to my battle mechs and do my repairs. Just armor, start. That should be just armor. It is. Start. These are expensive enough as it is. This I may have to replace a component on. No, just structure. Let me check the loadout on that. Nope, no components got damaged. Just a bunch of structural on my left arm. That's fine. Let's go to start work. And with this, I'll probably wind up just rotating like my Annihilator out, because I don't want my AI at, because I've put my AI into the Annihilator and it doesn't care. It will shoot you in the back. The AI is kind of bad about that. It's a little frustrating, if I'm honest. Let's go to the market and actually, do they have a barracks?
Chillin'. You know where to find me.
I do, but I don't need to because nobody here is anything I want. Market. Oh, because I sold them that. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Market. Because a tier 4 Artemis LRM-20. So what Artemis does is it faster lock-on speed, and it narrows down the number, or narrows down the area that the missiles hit. And with a stream modifier, what stream does on a LRM is it makes it, instead of firing all the missiles out in one fell swoop, all of them coming out of the tubes at once, it fires them sequentially, very quickly. But it means that damage is sort of done over time, but they tend to be a bit more accurate where they're hitting, so you can actually damage specific components a bit better, but you do, it takes longer to deal its damage. I think, though, that requires its own ammunition, though. Yeah, it does. So I would have to buy into that pretty heavy. Well, I do have some LRM Artemis ammo at the moment, so I might be able to fake it with that. I might be able to fake it with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to back out. I'm going to save on that. Save, overwrite. Actually, I'm going to delete that. Delete, new. Purchase decisions. Save. There we go. Resume. I'm going to go to the star map. I'm going to go to this other location. That now has a hero mech, because of course it does. As you can see, stuff in this game gets expensive. This is pretty late end stuff. So it's exorbitant, is what it is. Alright. I don't care about that. And unless that's a tier 5, I don't care. Oh no. Oh no. They've got another Annihilator. What are you? You're another Annihilator. I want it just for the LB-10Xs. I don't even care about the rest. I want the LB-10Xs. It is 10 million C-bills. It's basically 11 million. Jeez Louise. Insufficient funds. No joke? No fooling? And it is a tier 5. I don't use Lerm 5s though, and having a Artemis Lerm 5 just seems sort of irrelevant to me. Because it's such a small spread as it is. Wow. I'm going to check to see what the hero mech is on this other one. And then I'll reload and see what we got. If it's a boar's head. Because the boar's head is an Atlas variant. I will probably sell a lot of my mech roster to make it happen. Because I've got mechs I'm not using. Oh, it's the fire starter. Shoot. That's only 4 machine guns? I thought it had more than 4. Maybe there are 2? The other practical advantage to doing things like getting hero mechs in particular is they tend to have things like double heat sinks, which are very nice for your heat and weight. I love the Warhammer. The Warhammer as a chassis is so cool. It's also, this is now Mecha anime up in here, because the original Warhammer design is from Super Dimensional Fortress Macross as the Tomahawk Destroyed, I believe. What was the name? What was the Tomahawk? Very cool. This is obviously a redesign. There's a whole lengthy legal battle that ensued between Harmony Gold, the people who made Robotech, syndicated Robotech, which is basically takes footage from Macross and Super Dimension Cavalry, Southern Cross, and Genesis Cyber Mospeada, and turns it into the Robotech franchise, but then Due to all sorts of legal maneuvering, they have managed to hold on to the rights to something that they're basically not paying for licensing fees for. It's a mess. It's a complicated mess. I do want this fire starter, but I don't need it. Banshee. That is a woefully undergunned assault mech. That has 3 weapon mounts, and one of them is a small energy mount. Why would anyone use this? Well, I guess because its entire weight is armor. I mean, there is that. But it's 95 tons and it has 3 weapons. 3. 3 weapons. Now, you can make this work if you have that mod that makes it so you can put anything on any place so long as you have, or any corresponding like energy weapon into any energy weapon slot, any ballistic weapon into any ballistic weapon slot, any missile weapon into any missile weapon slot, provided you've got the tonnage um, and the space, physical space. You could make something like this work out very nicely, but it's just pointless. I do want a crab. Crabs are great. Um, very, very durable, medium, medium-ish heavy mix. Um, uh, Mostly, they're just kind of hard to kill. You can tear off components, but they're fairly hard to actually kill outright. Because the cockpit is, once it rotates around, the cockpit is this tiny little thing right here on this sloping giant nose. Um, and it's hard to get central torso kills because it's only like this narrow strip in the middle. Anything on the side there, that's going to be a side torso hit. And side torso hits cannot easily kill you in this particular game. So the crab is an excellent, excellent mech in this particular title for that very reason. Now, if there were things like XL engines, which take up slots in your side torso, and if your side torso gets blown out, you die, that would be a problem. But those are not a thing here. Uh, so that's not a concern. So I want that fire starter, but let's mostly I need mountains of cash. I hope I could get like some Kurita fights. I'm gonna actually load the purchase decisions save before I've done any traveling, and I'll get back to those areas. Um, I'm gonna, because I'm running low on time, I'm gonna do an assassination mission or two, and then go back to the center of human-controlled known space and start plinking away at the missions for like the campaign and whatnot. So star map, and I'm gonna go to like, I don't know. I'm gonna hope that some of these I fight like as Steiner, fight for Steiner in favor of House Steiner. I'm gonna travel here because my money is low. Good. Don't freeze. Don't die on me. And I do want to take that stalker out for a spin. Because that thing, despite being a little bit lighter, oh, good. Who's it against? Kurita. Perfect. I dislike House Kurita, so it'll be fine. And it's an assassination, so we get to go in and murder some guys. That's excellent. We like murdering some guys. I mean, not murder per se, but, you know. So the reason I never go with damage coverage, and I've covered that in previous streams, is damage coverage only gives you any money up to an amount that you take damage for. Now, it's not, so you have to take damage for it to be relevant. Now, I am taking damage, um, but it's only going to cover that. Now, point for point, I think you do get more for that, and since I'm paying like 300k, like every time I have to do this, it's probably not a bad idea, but I'd rather get money that's just kind of mine to keep. So this is going from 1565 to 1680. So what I might do is do 2 into that and then 1 into this, because this is going up by 565 up to 680 is 130. No, 115k, I think. 680 up to 795. Yeah, about 115k. Either way, whereas this one gives me 172. So I'm going to do 2 into that and then 1 into that. Ordinary, and as many salvage shares as you can possibly grab. Yeah, that's just because you can make huge bank off of salvage shares if you get mechs out of it. You can get like a million plus per mech, so it's well worth your time, depending on the mech, of course. So I'm going to accept that. We're going against House Kurita, which is great. I am. Oh, the Stalker's still in for repairs. Whatever. I'll take what I've got here. There's basically no energy weapons. There's like an alarm 15 on there, so most of what they're doing is going to be improving their ballistic. So I'm trying to balance out what my pilots are up to, so that they actually level up skills that are relevant. So this has a bunch of missiles, so it's going to level up that missile skill. I've been doing nothing with missiles. I have to do that, and that's what the Stalker's for. 2 SRM-6s, which are the biggest SRMs you can get in this game, I believe. And those basically act like a short-range missile shotgun, if you will. Lot of damage you can do with those. And then the Stalker has like dual LERM 20s, so it's like you just murder things at range. Problem is you have to actually get targets to hit, and that's where it gets tricky. Alrighty. And it has 2 PPC, so that's going to level up its energy stat. No ballistic, and I do have to get some ballistic on for him. But that's probably where the Atlas comes in. Or I'll let him take the Annihilator out for a spin. But for now, let's get this assassination mission done. Let me get some water in me. Or, just splash it everywhere. That's fine. That's fine. Who will know? Everybody, now that you've told them. What's going on? That doesn't look good. Ah, there we go. Okay. That Atlas, though, does look good. Look at him in all his glorious pink and teal and green glory. I love it.
Reactor online.
Bright colors.
Sensors
Bright colors that go
online.
home. I need to see my
Weapons
allies. That's what it boils
online.
down to. I've said this already.
All
I don't
systems
have to justify
nominal.
myself.
Our targets
I ain't gotta
cannot
justify my
entertain nothing but
actions.
problems. We've been
Wow,
hired
this
as a
is...
solution. Find them and put them down for good. We'll be on standby to evac you once the job is done.
This is dark and foggy. Yeah, I'll go up this way. Oh, that's better. So there's night vision / infrared.
Moving out.
As before, my mech allies are in fact faster than me. So right now, in order to actually see anything dead on, I sort of have to peripheralize it.
Nav one received. Let's go.
I'm going to stay in this particular view mode, this third person, because I get a much better overview.
At the requested position, Commander. Holding a location. Move to the commander.
Yes, please do. Where is... Oh, it's right above me.
Target acquired.
Target down.
Thank you. Wah! That hit me. That's the second time that has happened.
Target destroyed.
Oh boy.
Kill confirmed. We're moving, sir. Waypoint. Tango, slope. We're forming on you, Commander.
Target acquired.
Firing on the Commander's requested target.
Gonna have them shoot that.
Dead.
Alright, let's
We're on the move.
move them up.
Target acquired.
Oh, he went behind a rock. Zoinks.
Target acquired.
Here we go. Nope, it's not dead.
At requested location. That requested, Commander.
There they are, Commander.
Oh, that's a
Heads up,
Cyclops.
and let's get the hell out of here.
Indeed.
Target destroyed.
Very nice.
Acquired.
Copy. We're on it, sir.
That Cyclops, I think, is gunning for me. Well, not for long. I'm gonna get up in its grill and give it a couple alphas.
Incoming missile. Critical.
We got one, Commander. Good job.
Uh,
Target destroyed.
getting. I lost a limb. We're reloading. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. I can't lose limbs. See, that's. I didn't even notice that occur, unfortunately. I can't afford to lose any limbs because, again, I can't replace. Can't replace the guns on them. The LB10X ACs. So we're gonna try that again. I was trying to be clever and like get a headshot kill on him with a or a cockpit kill rather. It did not work. I should have just continued to burst him down. One of the things I love about the LB10X ACs is that they, because I have 4 of them, I can just cycle through them and just basically keep shooting forever. Just like pop, 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 pop. I have it set it up. I have it set up to chain fire as opposed to firing them all at once. By default, everything will fire at once, unless you assign it to different weapon groups. Why is it taking so long to load this? It's probably the fog. The fog is probably what's doing it. That is probably causing the load lag. But when you set something to chain fire, you can just hold the button down and it'll go boom,
Reactor
boom, boom,
online.
boom. Basically fire
Sensors
after each
online.
interval as each weapon becomes available,
Online.
one at a time.
All
Or
systems
you can tap
nominal.
fire, and as fast as you can tap, you're going to shoot. And you still have to deal with weapon cooldown.
Are the most likely areas where we'll find them. Be careful, as they have many supporters in the area.
Alright, we're basically going to do the same thing we did before.
Target acquired.
Because it worked.
Regrouping at requested.
This time, though, I'm not going to lose my arm. Cyclops is a decent chassis, so I would kind of like one, but I'm not going to be able to get it because I only have like 10 shares to work with. Once I get into once I get into Steiner's good graces, though, I'll be able to afford salvage like that a lot better. Okay, good. Alrighty, so this is where things get a little messy. Ow. I think my ally is what hit me.
I'm here, Commander.
Alright, I'm gonna have him,
We're on the move.
there we go. Wrong button.
Smoke.
Is a lot of little dinky tanks.
Kill confirmed.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Somebody blow that up.
Target. Tango smoked.
Destroyed.
Was a good shot, if I do say so myself. Yikes, my back-centered torso is in trouble.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target
Dead.
Oops.
Repositioning.
I'm gonna walk in reverse and let you guys take point.
I got it. Moving out.
There we go, I saw a Mecha icon show up there.
Reposition successful, Commander.
target
Got another one. Last target confirmed. Firing.
Target signed. All units, weapons free.
target destroyed. Target acquired.
It's not super well armed, so it just must have gotten some solid focusing hits on me then. That's fine, I just have to be more careful. There's very much friendly fire, which I am seeking to avoid. This is not an ideal engagement range, because I'm spreading a lot of my damage around. Got him.
About, Commander. Keep it up.
It's
Destroyed.
extremely satisfying gun.
Enemy eliminated.
Alrighty, let's kill you with small lasers, because those actually put in work here. Branham is wounded a bit, but... Alright, yeah! Don't shoot me.
Target acquired.
Roger. Focusing target.
Target destroyed.
Alright, so now we're heading towards that way out there. As I get high enough up, I'm going to tell my guys to move well ahead of me.
Target acquired.
The AI is also really bad at firing all its weapons. It doesn't like to use missiles a lot, which is a strange quirk. Let me see the map. Okay, so we have to go this way.
Unaccessible location, Commander.
I'll bet you think it is. There we go. That should be fine. That'll get them ahead of me, so they can start taking hits before I do. I'm not walking through the middle. The middle is going to be a kill zone. I have a bad feeling about that. I have a bad feeling about the city that's off in that direction as well. That'll probably have turrets in, on, and around it.
Target acquired. Target
My kill.
Very nice.
At requested location.
Repositioning.
Yeah, if we keep going this way, we should be fine. There looks like there's a crested hillock. I wish you could open up the map and like interact with it and tell them to move to a grid location on the map, but can't have everything.
We're moving, sir.
There we go. Just don't turn around. Just walk to it. Just walk to it. Stupid goddamn. You don't have to turn to look at me to get confirmation that that's what I want. It's so infuriating.
I got it.
I love it when they do that. I love it. I got it. Boink. He shoots it right out of the sky. Beautiful. I love it.
We're on the move.
Why would you turn? That is such obnoxious AI behavior. Stop it. Do you know where I told you to go? I told you to go up there. There. There-ish. I don't know. Maybe I should just let them get to the point that I told them to go and then tell them to move. I don't know. I don't know. So I have to keep an eye on my left arm, because that has taken some hits. It hasn't taken any structural damage. I also have to worry about my cockpit, because that is in red armor, which means I might have like 5 armor tops left on the thing, which is not exactly ideal. If you have an Atlas, which is this big skeletal looking guy, has a big skull head looking thing, its cockpit is just one of its eyes. One of its eyes is the cockpit. I believe it's the left eye.
We're forming on you, Commander.
And it is an incredibly hard target to hit, unless you're very experienced, and have played these games forever and know just how everything's moving.
We're moving, sir.
Okay, that'll get them a ways ahead of me. So that should be, yeah, it's that dune, that hillock or whatever, which should give us decent oversight of the area. Beautiful. Just blow everything up. Can I?
Relocating to nav.
Oh, I can send them further down. Okay. Let me... Oh, there we go. What are you? That's a stalker down there.
target acquired.
That's probably the assassination target, so I kind of want to be a little careful.
New target acquired.
I can't see what I'm doing here.
We've got eyes on the primary. Drop them before their friends show up.
Target destroyed.
Don't fall on his head if it could.
Target acquired.
Alright, now I'm okay to tell my allies to just blow that thing up. It's already hurting, which is good. So I'm going to start shelling it from afar. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Blade unit squad taking heavy damage.
Yep, that's fine.
I've lost firepower. I have to eject.
Oh, I blew up all his guns. Nice.
Mech has been dispatched.
Very nice. He didn't eject though, which is a little confusing, but I'm okay with it. I'm gonna walk past this thing because there's probably like turret. Ow, no, bad. Stop.
Move to the commander.
Oh no, you don't. Nope. Not having it. Friggin' hate locusts. Largely because they're really hard to hit.
Destroyed.
Jeez Louise. Jeez. Please kill this guy. I'm gonna target its arms. Hell with this.
System offline.
Commander, come in. Commander,
Uh,
Commander,
uh,
come in.
uh? Um, I think I died.
Target acquired.
He must have gotten a headshot kill. I'd be very interested in knowing just what happened there. Because it didn't look like my core was in trouble. You do still make some progress. What? Get no salvage rights. Still get the base payout, which is good. So what happened? Yup, I got headshotted. That's what happened. Interesting that it still says I'm healthy, even though I clearly got killed. No big deal. Ick. So, we gotta do that again. That is probably the least damaging coring, though, so I could feasibly continue from there. But I'd rather just kind of do it. Yep, they headshotted me. That's impressive. So, once you hit like mission difficulty 80 something, they go for your cockpit and are not afraid to just blow your head off. And are capable of it too. I am going to reload the mission though, because I want that to actually go down properly. Thank you. And who knows, maybe actually get some decent salvage out of it, even though I only had like 10 salvage shares, which is not enough to get anything of consequence. Just some light mechs, but that's still money in the bank. And I'm not quite at the point where I want to like start cheating that sort of thing in. I say cheating, modding that sort of thing in where you just have unlimited salvage shares. Because it's cheating. Strictly speaking, ignoring the tonnage limits is also cheating, but we're going to set that aside and say, hey, because I got this, I should be able to do it. As opposed to salvage shares where it's like, well, we've negotiated a contract. And the better you're negotiating and the better your relationship with a faction, the more negotiating you can actually do. Alrighty. Yeah, because it's assault mechs. It's assault mechs that I'm having to deal with, and that's tough. They aren't super heavily gunned. Like when I saw that Atlas before, like my my stomach fell to the pit of my friggin' fell to my boots.
Reactor online. Sensors online.
But I had forgotten that the AI really
Weapons
doesn't like doing
online.
things that resemble alpha
All
strikes.
systems nominal.
They'll fire weapons sequentially
Systems are targets of
in their own time.
to evaders. The more locations on the map
You know what?
are the
I'm
most
gonna
likely
maybe
areas
go
where we'll
for
find them.
this other one
Be
here
careful,
and then
as
circle
they
around.
have
Nah.
loyal supporters in the area that are more than willing to die for their cause.
Because I don't like that field of tanks that I had to deal with before. That one sucked.
Target acquired.
It's a turret? Plink at it.
Target.
Dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for this one over here. Try a different location order. It'll take me longer to get to this one, but hopefully I won't have to deal with the same field of tanks nonsense.
Target acquired.
There's a turret.
I got it.
I can't see this thing at all.
Incoming missile.
Ow. Okay, yous all can just like move on over there, please.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, so
Incoming
I'm
missile.
having to deal with a lot of the same problems on this side too.
Target down.
Jeez Louise.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Right now, wishing I had anti-missile systems equipped.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Gotta favor my right arm.
Tango smoked. We're on the move.
Probably gonna hold off before cresting this hill. Let my allies get ahead of me. Alternatively, crest the hill and send my allies forward, then back off. It's a lot of rocks. Do I have to go
Requested, Commander.
all the way around? Yeah, I gotta go around.
On station. Lance is Oscar Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way to push them. I'm having to really look around. I wish there was straight up infrared. Is there? Let's find out. I'm going into controls and seeing if there is in fact an infrared. I don't think there is. I think it's just night vision. No, no. Yeah, night vision. So what heat override does is if you're overheating, you can override it, but it means you're going to take structural damage in the process, which I am not okay with. Alright, so yeah, I do have to, yeah, I just have night vision, and unfortunately it's bright white in the middle of my cone of view, which is really not helping me very much.
Target acquired. Target.
Dead.
So I'm having to like jockey between these two views in order to actually see anything.
We're moving, sir.
I'm going to send them further ahead.
Target acquired. Target.
Enemy eliminated.
Yeah.
I'm on station, Commander.
Can I get you guys over there?
Negative, no reading available.
Figures.
I don't think I can get there, Commander.
Figures twice.
Moving out.
I just need to keep them ahead of me. Because when I move in, I'm going to start taking all the hits. This is just not ideal.
We're rolling to rendezvous.
Just move forward. Just keep walking forward. Don't stop.
Target acquired.
That is the thing I'm going to have to shoot to death. If they can start plinking at it early, that's fine. But if they kill it early, it's a problem.
We've got your target,
Unless they fix that particular glitch. If you kill something before that red skull pops over like an assassination target, it doesn't count. Alright, so if my King Crab can get out of the way here. I shot it in the leg. He's walking away, so he's going to have a bad time. About to receive a hell of a lot more than just heavy fire. It's going to be downright terminal. Blow that up, please. Blow that up, please.
Focusing on issue target.
Jeez Louise. Some diddle doodle. I will do it myself.
Target destroyed.
One job. Okay. Now we have the fun part. get them up on that hill? Probably not. Oh shit, I can. That's fine. Yeah, my head is taking a lot of hits, so I gotta start being kinda cagey. As well as my left arm. Right arm. Right arm. Yep, that's the one that's been hurt. Actually, if we can get on that hill, we can really do some work.
Moving with the land.
So I'm gonna get them on up there. Once I get this done, I'm gonna have to call it though. But I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna finish this mission intact. Somehow, since I've got like 2 to 4 more actual things to kill. Actual genuine assassination targets, which are have all been pretty damn dangerous, as you'd expect.
Made it to your requested nav locator, Commander. We're moving.
Is that a turret?
My kill.
It's a turret.
Target
That, on the other hand, is not a turret. That is a target. Which, fortunately, my allies are actually spamming with missiles, which feels great to watch.
target destroyed.
Man, he had a bad day.
Kill confirmed.
What's going on?
At requested, Commander.
Oh, that PPC shot.
Holding a nav point.
It's the little things in life, I tell you.
Eliminated.
I'm
Repositioning.
gonna move him over to that hill.
We found our primary target.
Very
Let's
nice.
go get 'em.
Let's go get him indeed.
Can't get that target, Commander.
Of course you can.
Moving on. Lance
Now
target.
you can. Gotta aim higher. Is that enough? Jeez Louise. Oh, what? How did you die? Jesus Christ. I can't afford to lose the pilot either. Because I don't have many good ones. And she's one of the few that I do have that's worthwhile. Ugh. Yeah, so they're definitely, the AI is definitely getting more precise, and it is such a pain in the ass to actually get your allies to navigate properly. It's absolutely infuriating. Because they just, at best, they react slowly. That's the ideal, is they react but slowly. Half the time they're just like, herp butter. Then in that instance, I guess my ally just sat there and got shot to death. They didn't really do anything substantial. They did peel a bunch of armor off. I'll give them that. It looked like they had gotten the armor off of their torso. But they died. Because the stalker was like, it's the no-sell motel. They check in, but they don't check out. So now we have to do all that over again, which sucks. I'm going to give this one more try, and then I'm going to just deal with whatever outcome I get.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Our targets have given our employer
Mostly it's
no
this
end of
friggin'
problems.
fog that's really
Reason
screwing
why
me up.
has a solution.
So I'm gonna go the original path that I took.
We'll be on standby to evac you once the job is done.
I don't know, that other one went pretty well right up until we actually engaged. Then it just fell apart.
Target acquired.
Where's the... Could I go to them? Yeah, I could. Nah, the most efficient route is probably this way. What I'm gonna do this time... is I'm gonna go around and behind that other location and hope that there aren't like a mountain of all this garbage. That's what I was hoping there wasn't, but
Tango smoked.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Acquired.
someone kill that.
Focusing fire. Enemy
There we go.
eliminated.
So unless somewhere on the opposite end of this field there are a lot of tanks.
Moving to your 6, Commander.
Please do. But don't just stand there. Actually move. It's really hard to scope through the tree.
Acquired. Target destroyed.
So we do have towers and tanks and other... What? Ugh, I was on the wrong damn movement button.
Dead.
That looks like a rocky valley that I can't actually go into or I will die. So I can't go there.
Nav point received.
I have to go around.
Kill confirmed.
I'm gonna try to hop over the other side of it though. Okay, there's the target I need to kill.
Incoming missile.
He already sees me, which is terra bad.
Positive visual on the
Oh,
target,
jeez
Commander.
Louise.
I've marked it on your tac screen.
I could kill it from range, but it's not going to end well because he's got missiles and I don't.
Reposition successful,
Oh,
Commander.
jeez.
Tango smoked. We're rolling to rendezvous.
Let's not hit our allies here.
Kill confirmed.
Yeah, I could walk through here, which is what I'm going to do. This does not do substantial damage to my armor, which is good, unless there's something that explodes in amongst all this crap, which there does not appear to be. So we are going to
Station, Commander.
move out. I can't walk up those, which is not ideal.
Take it down.
Huh? Oh, it must have been like a turret or something. Because it's definitely not... Oh shit, he's right there! Oh god!
Forming on the commander.
How did he even get there?
We're forming on you, Commander.
Please do, because this is about to get hairy. I'm about to close into optimal engagement range, and I'm gonna do things. I'm about to do things to this man's body.
Moving out.
Where are you? Where are you? There's a lot of fucking lasers. Oh shit. Aiming for the face.
They're not getting up in there.
I think that was a headshot kill. Or a cockpit kill, which is good. Alright, let's move very slowly. Let me see if I can get up this. If I could crouch in this game, I would. I would crouch on top of him. Up and down and down and up and up and down and down and up. I would make my opinion very clear.
Target acquired.
Let's see.
Target destroyed.
Oh yeah, I am good. If I had a Gauss rifle, that would be trivial.
Enemy eliminated.
Is that thing moving towards us? Yeah, I better kill it.
Copy. We're on it, sir.
I better go ahead and kill that. Clunk. Fall damage is pretty much a non-factor
Focusing on issue target.
in Mechwarrior 5. I've had very few instances where it's occurred, and it took effort to make it happen. Yeah.
We're moving in behind you, Commander. Moving with the lance.
Here we go.
Requested target ID received. Engaging.
Just shell that guy.
Target destroyed.
Very nice. Very nice. That is more or less how it's supposed to go.
Repositioning.
Alright, so I've got to make better use of terrain when I get over to that point I'm heading towards.
Got another one.
But so far, our armor levels are actually very good.
The negative. No reading
Of
available.
course not.
Regrouping at requested. Boom. Dead.
I think it's like anything, certainly anything like 1,000 meters and beyond, they won't do, but it feels like anything beyond like 500 or 750 meters is just a no-go. Like if I do...
We're on the move.
Oh, okay, well that worked.
We're moving, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna get him up there, then I'm gonna... Can I save here? No, I can't. It's beginnings of missions only. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, the game is a lot of this. when you have all assault mechs, it's very
At requested, Commander.
stately, steady,
Acquisition successful,
slow,
Commander.
which I like as a change of pace. I would like to stream like Armored Core for Answer sometime, because that game is just silly bonkers, how fast you move. But I do not have a capture card for PS3, so it's not going to happen. I don't have a capture card at all. Not in the traditional sense. I like those floating rocks. That's great. Alrighty.
Moving into formation, Commander.
Let's see. I can see the stalker from here. Can I get them? No, it's 1,000 meters out, so it's not going to work. Yo, no problem, Punkbuster28. Don't worry about it.
I got it. We're on the move.
The stream is still going on, so it is not a problem. Again, you've got to understand, I'm accustomed to having nobody tune in and all the views be after the fact, so anybody tuning in is a new, fancy, incredible paradigm for me. Alright, so I do want to close with them before it gets killed, but if it takes some serious damage before I get there, it's fine. Let's see, I'm going to take out this thing. There we go, very good. And you have to close pretty close before it confirms. There we go. And that stalker, unfortunately, has an absolute shit mountain of damage it can deal if it chooses to. I'm going to turn off the night vision because it is causing me problems.
Engaging with Lance.
Is this loading? What? I'm not sure I understand. Let me just kill this thing and I'll actually look at the message. Goddamn right you're receiving heavy fire. Go down and die. Jeez Louise. That thing did not want to end itself.
Sorry, Commander, I can't attack it.
Of course you can't, because it's dead. Okay. Your YouTube stream, I can hear you, but your video is this loading. This loading. I don't understand. Is only loading no video. What the hell does that mean? Why would it do that? I don't know how far behind it is. It shouldn't... Oh, shit. Well, that shouldn't be the case. Let me check my YouTube real quick. Fuck. As I get shellacked with whatever I just got hit with. YouTube... It's definitely showing for me. Try refreshing. It's definitely showing for me. Try refreshing. Oops, I don't want to load. I want to actually end things. Here we go. Did I get him? Cool. Jeez. I did not kill the correct shoulder. Oh shit. I forgot to mute my YouTube stream. Shit. There we go. Because I can hear it in the background.
Attacking shared target.
Die, 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 die. And that is how you leg a mech and make them turn into styrofoam and bounce a lot. Hui, okay. So I've taken a lot of damage. Freeman has taken an absolute frig mountain of damage. I'm probably going to have to replace components. Let's try to get people on top of that hill. I'm going to circle on around and really hope that I don't get hit with much of anything, because I have taken quite a lot of damage. Let's see. But yeah, Punkbuster, my YouTube stream is coming across fine on my end, so I do not know why it wouldn't on yours. So I would try refreshing a few times or something. How far can I see out that way? Not very. This hill is blocking the way, so I gotta be kinda cautious when I crest it. Unfortunately, I do not have an easy numerical value to see just how little armor is left, but it's all in the red. Weird. I do not know why that would be. I'll check my YouTube options and see if there's something that I've fiddled with. Alrighty, I'm going to tell my gang over here to head over this way and just kind of go down the hill. For my bit, I'm going to juke off to the side here. That's a good question. I want to say it's $50, but it's only on the Epic Games Store, which I'm sort of... I'm upset with that particular decision, but it's Mechwarrior, and it's an actual Mechwarrior game, and I need it in my life. It is certainly the best at what it does on the market at the moment, barring Mechwarrior 4, which does everything this does pretty well. Okay, I'm going to tell my allies to just get stuck in there. And I am going to plink away at that thing and hopefully not get hit by that, which I did. Can I? Is that a turret there? Yeah, okay, let's kill this thing. Yes, run. Run! Don't shoot me. Oh good. I have damaged its weapons capability pretty badly. I just have to kill it. There we go, it's dead. Ow, 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 that's my leg. Ow, ow, ow. Must avoid further damage. Oh, that went pretty well. Now I just have to survive the next, like, hot minute while I waddle my way to... Good one, but still new. Always good to play mech games. Fairly new. Let's see. There was... what was it? It was for... I think it was Vox Machina. Machine is it's designed with VR in mind, but you don't need VR to play it. That one was pretty good. I was quite pleased with that. That one's pretty cheap, but it's only PvP multiplayer. I don't have a VR headset, so I couldn't tell you how the VR on it is, but the people I've played with said the VR is extremely well done for what it offers. I do not know. But that's another game. This game was supposed to have VR out of the box, and it may well. But I don't have a headset, so I couldn't tell you. A VR headset, I should say. Virtual reality. Alright, so apart from whatever components may have been lost,
I love the colors out here.
that's nice, Freeman. I do too. Bright green and gray. Alright, so that is gonna have to do it for me for today. Let's see just how bad the damage was. Because I know other people in my party, or my lance, got some serious damage. Here we go. Ah, there we go. I am now Reputation 8. Your reputation across the inner sphere is growing. Potential employers are inquiring about your services, and new employment opportunities have become available on the star map. Good. I made some bank. No mech chassis were made available. That's a bummer, but at the same time, made some serious money. I will take pretty much all this stuff that I can grab, really. Value, there we go. Much better. Oh yeah, I'll take that SRM6. Actually, I want some of those rank 3 medium lasers. I do not need... actually, having a 3-star... Yeah, because I've got a couple of those. 3 rank, tier 3 rather. It's 2, so I can get one of these and then one of something relatively innocuous. Let's see. Like that tier 4 small laser, I'll take that, yeah. Okay, that should do it for that. Skill level up, that's good. It improves their stats a bit. I wish there was a clear value for just what stats were being improved. Ooh, his center torso got friggin' hammered. I'm glad we ended that mission when we did. I improved my ballistic and heating. Improving your pilot stats just improves stuff. It says that these only increase damage. I have no idea how much they do per level. Reduces amount of damage taken when under fire. I don't know how much it's reducing. I don't know where in the damage received equation that fits in. The chance of avoiding enemy fire, that just like I believe it's like a modifier applied to the AI. So shots will kind of go around you. They'll shoot just askance from you, as opposed to laser targeting your head and killing you in one shot. Even though they did that earlier, it took many shots, but still, they focused my head down. And then the reduces the chance of overheating while increasing equipment cooldown times. And by increasing, I believe they mean decreasing, because it takes less time for weapons to become available again, as opposed to making it so that weapons fire slower. I'm pretty confident that that's just a mistranslation. There's a couple of those in this game, unfortunately. Alright, so I've got to repair all that. That's going to be just fantastic. Because it's going to be expensive. Let's go to edit loadout and see the damage here. No structural on the king crab, good. I don't want to start work, I want to get out of the war zone first. So let me go to star map and dart somewhere moderately safe. One system over. Paid my bills, which was expensive as well, but we made some money. Made some money. Couple million sea bills out of that, almost 3 million. Which is pretty good. I'm gonna go to my battle mechs. I'm gonna go and repair starts. I want to see. Yikes, I lost most of my armor. Actually, losing most of your armor like that shows that you're doing a good job of having damage spread around. So if I look here, yeah, apart from this leg which took a disproportionate amount of damage, I did a fairly good job of at least moving a little bit so that damage went to multiple different locations, as opposed to them focusing a part down and blowing it up, which is horrible, and you never want to happen. Let me check out the awesome. I want to see exactly what happened here. The center torso? Yeah, lost all its front armor. Things went pretty smoothly, all things considered. It took like 4 tries, which sucked, but this is all extremely expensive stuff to repair. But we got it, we got it. And this guy, I think, was only armor damage, or cosmetic damage, as I like to call it, and not a whole lot of that. I mean, this arm took a fair beating, but everything else, really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this ammo into, like, feet and head. No? Edit loadout. Get you there, get you there, get you there, get you there. It'll move you here and move the LRM ammo into the head. Okay, that should about do it. Alternatively, there we go. Balance, as in all things. Repair all, start work, and begin. And that is going to have to do it for me for today. Ugh. That went fairly nicely, apart from all the damage I took. Right now I'm in... oh, Mass Builder. Mass Builder's a lot of fun. I actually did a couple streams of Mass Builder. I mean, it's still super early days yet in Mass Builder. It's a ways away from being. Let me delete you and make a new save. Save. But it's well on its way to becoming something pretty darn good. They're definitely trying to get the Gundam Breaker general vibe without actually doing the Gundam IP or a Gundam Breaker game. And certainly what they've got so far is like it's like Gundam Breaker with an absolutely stupendous number of physical customization options. It's absolutely ridiculous, the tweaks you can make. Like, hopefully they get in some like either macroing or mass, haha, paint and customization options, because like you can spend many minutes on one single component, painting it and fiddling with components and how they're cosmetically stretched and looking at any given time. It's pretty rad. I might, because they've actually come out with a couple patches since I last did a stream on that. I might do that next week, is do a Mass Builder stream. I know they want to do multiplayer in that, but they're nowhere near having anything viable for release. For multiplayer, that is. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm optimistic about Mass Builder. I think Mass Builder is going to be a lot of fun once they get said and done. Another game that I'm looking forward to very much is a game called Dual Gear. Dual Gear. Dualgear, and development on it seems to be like sort of stalled, but it's basically like a modern front mission game with a slightly more Armored Core-ish aesthetic. Um, but gameplay-wise, it's straight up front mission. Um, Kind of like front mission meets Valkyria Chronicles, with less waifus, I guess. Although I guess you could have pilots for that. That's one that I wound up backing because it was so promising, the demo they had. But they were going to have a update to the beta release that they have out, or alpha release that they have out, uh, towards the end of January, but that didn't happen, so they had to push it off until like February 20th or 21st, I think, Hopefully they still stick to that, but what they've been doing instead of doing like a trickle of updates where they'll do little update here, little update there, is they're doing like big updates. So like one version of the game is completely different from the next one that they release. Like so many systems get tweaked and added, tons of new weapons. They'll have like an actual functioning mini campaign or something. The pilot system will actually work as opposed to whatever it did before. So it's that one I'd love to stream because that'll be fun. A nice tactical SRPG. All right, so that is going to have to do it for me today. This has been Mecha Mondays. I am your pilot Fragath. I do other streams throughout the week. I have a Warframe Wednesdays stream where I do something Warframe related. Um, and I also have a Storytime Saturday stream where I read stories aloud for the stream. I guess people would call it a podcast now, but I think of it more of as a book on tape type thing, except live, extemporaneous. I've been reading through Neil Stephenson's Snow Crash, so feel free to check out those, which will be pretty rad. And yeah, that'll have to do it for me. Thanks for tuning in. And oh, got some stuff from Punkbuster here. I would like us to do Shadowveer stream someday. Shadowveer. What is Shadowveer? I do not know what Shadowveer is. Let me look that up. Oh, Shadowverse I found, which looks like a collectible card game, which I am not super into. There was a time when I was deeply into Magic the Gathering, and then I realized how much money I was blowing on it, and I just couldn't do it anymore. Also, the group of people I was playing with exploded, or broke down rather, so that sort of put me off. I'll try anything once. All right, so yeah, that'll do it for me for today. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully see you Wednesday, Saturday, and my other Mecha Monday streams. Thanks again, and have a good one. Bye.